Hi, I'm Amanda.
And I'm Michelle. Welcome to Steel City Sanctuary, a space for women, mothers, daughters, sons, and the cycles that shape us.
Where we talk about all the stuff that women were told not to talk about. Periods, pregnancy, birth, teens, motherhood, raising kids, and becoming ourselves.
The divine feminine, everyday magic, and yes, the kind of wisdom that once got women called witches.
If you're looking for honest, grounded, soulful conversation, you're in the right place.
Yes.
Welcome.
Welcome. We're going to start off, as we normally do, with some grounding and just sinking in. So go ahead and take a nice, big, deep breath in. Fill your belly with air. Exhale it out nice and slow. Another nice, big, deep breath in. Exhale. One more. Deep breath in. And exhale. Beautiful. Thank you for grounding in with us. Today's podcast topic is once again making friends as an adult.
Part two.
Part two.
Yeah, we had more to cover here. We just felt like there was more to cover.
Yeah, we felt like there were things we missed, things we wanted to speak a little bit more on, and we were going to re-record, but we just thought the last one was kind of fun.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we figured let's just make a second one.
Let's do a second one. And I think it just lands. I think there was a lot that we covered in there that was really great too. So it was just, I think in addition to some of the things that we didn't cover as we watched back, can I say the one main thing that I...
Yes. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, making friends as an adult, I have made a friend as an adult. And it's this one right here. And we didn't even really talk on that.
We are adult friends.
Yeah.
And we just thought, like, how silly. Yeah, what did you call it? Like the elephant in the room?
I was like, we didn't even touch on us becoming friends as adults. Like, I think it was at least definitely post 35. Do you know what I mean? Like 30, for me. Yeah. So it was like, I met you as an adult. And we're friends.
Yeah, so, we're like best friends now.
I know,
right? So we're a great example for this.
So I thought let's bring us as an example to the table here and just kind of talk about it a little bit too. Because, I feel like, one of the things I also want to talk to you about was like friendships that start, or are they like a slow burn or like a fast moving friendship? And we talked a lot in the last one about how friendships are a lot like relationships.
Yeah.
And I think you can have like both. And I think like what I was just more posing the question as what causes that? What causes you to open up to certain people more readily than others, or what causes a friendship to really blossom?
Yes.
Things like that. Yeah.
So do you want to talk about how we met?
Yeah. I came to a sound bath of Michelle's, and it was, was it like in 2021?
I think it was in 2021.
Yeah,
2021.
It's been a while. Yeah. And I was in a place of branching out. Like we touched a little bit about that too. I was just in a place of like wanting to find new things, wanting to find new outlets. I was working a corporate job, very high stress, and I'd been exploring meditation, but I really wanted to do a sound bath. And so that was my first time. It was just kind of coming in and doing a sound bath. And I'm trying to think, did I come to Moon Circles? You had events?
Yes.
I think I got on your mailing list.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I was doing a bunch of workshops and events. I had recently, that year, I opened my own business. I I had a business with a partner. The two of us had a business for about 5 years, and then we kind of went our separate ways. So I opened up my own business, a solo business. So I was really just beginning to start this business and flow. And I was working out of a couple different places, doing meditations and workshops. And you had
So
joined.
I started coming to workshops.
Yes.
And I started coming to more things. And this was one of those types of events where I would have not come to by myself. Like I really had to reach that place where I just had to force myself to get out and go do new things and things I really, were passionate about. And your workshops were incredible. And I still consider some of the people that I've met in these workshops are now friends too.
Yeah.
So, and those are other ways I've met adult friends, right?
Me too. Yeah. Seriously, me too. Even though I was facilitating them.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's always been, I think, the best way that I've met friends is through hosting things and facilitating things.
It's a beautiful container to get to know someone. And so I think that helped too. And I think I was coming to you and you were not facilitating the belly dance classes, but it was at your space.
Yeah.
And I got pregnant with my fourth child. And it was like around that time that I kind of slowed down. Like there was like a gap there where I was like unable to attend as many workshops as that makes sense, right? And so I'm trying to think like when it was after his birth, I jumped into a retreat.
You came to the retreat. So I remember when you were pregnant, she came to a workshop.
Yeah.
And it was at that workshop that I decided.
I remember that workshop.
That I decided that that we were going to be friends. Yeah. I was like, I was like, I love this woman. I love her energy. Like this, I want to be friends with her. Like it was like how we talked about in the last podcast. I felt that. Yes. Yeah. I felt like, okay, I want her.
Yeah.
Like as a friend, like I pick her like to be on my team.
Right. You're part of my woo-woo team.
Yes.
Right? Yes.
Right. Yeah. And I just like was a very instant connection and I really super felt it then. And then, yes, you had your son, had some deep stuff happen.
Right. Right. Yeah.
And yes, then you signed up for retreat and on retreat, I mean, God,
and it was like a specific, was it a womb healing retreat? Like
it was a meditation retreat, but we did a lot of womb healing work along with the meditation.
And so it was perfectly timed for like post birth and dealing with things like that.
Yes.
And so I think at that time too, I was very tender. It was like a very vulnerable time for me to be entering space, spending the night with people that I didn't know and like just admitting to being vulnerable and like I'm gonna go to this place and be vulnerable and like see how it goes. And I like many people who go to retreats are like, now I want to go on every one. Now this is my like experience that fills my cup. It's the experience that keeps me going. It's the experiences that bring me new friendships. And even more friendships have come in from going on retreats and things like that. And so it was on retreats where I think I even got to know you deeper and deeper. And there's, dare I say, shyness. I don't think people would consider me shy. Maybe the people that know me like the most intimately. Like there was like a little bit like of a like, how do I befriend this woman? Like I want to come to your things. I want to come to your events. And I wanted to honor your like your business, right? Like you're worth all of these events and I want to hang out with you privately. Like, and can we just hang? Can we just be friends? Like, yeah, it was like, how do I?
And little did she know I already picked her.
Yeah.
I was thinking the same. I was like, oh.
Yeah. And I think, did I ask to come to your house one day? I think I asked and I came to your place and we just kind of talked.
So,
like,
yeah.
It was like, you just kind of have to break the wall of like, I don't want to just come to your events. I want to come hang. Like,
right.
Yeah. And maybe in relationships, who knows? I mean, not necessarily in the dating world, but I think there's like a line where you're like, we're together. You know what I mean? And in friendships, it was kind of like, maybe that was when I was like, okay, we're friends. We're friends.
Yes. Right. Yeah. It's like when you start hanging out outside of the
Yeah.
I don't know, like
Like
working,
the thing that got you
yeah,
together. Like, yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it be the event or workshop or whatever, like when you decide to hang out beyond that, I
Right.
think that's
Right.
when,
Like if you're like on a sports team with somebody
yes,
and like
that's a good
you
example.
decide like outside of the game, like, or outside of work,
Yes,
you know what I mean?
yes,
Like if you work with somebody
right, outside of
that,
work, right,
yeah, then that really does mean like you're like a separate, like not just a work friend. We're now friends. So
yeah, we talked about a little bit last time about how authenticity and vulnerability create deeper friendships.
right.
And to extend on that, it's yes, it's vulnerability, yes, it's authenticity, but it's also that repeat contact.
Mm-hmm.
So taking time to nurture the friendship, taking time to do things together,
Right.
taking time to speak on the phone or through social media or whatever it may be, like taking the time out, because it's truly the things that you make the time, the things you want, you make the time for, things you really want, and the things you really like, you make the time for.
You know what's interesting? You mentioned speaking on the phone, and with you, you're the only friend that ever introduced Polo to me. Like,
Marco Polo,
a way of communicating. I'd never used that app before, and like that's actually.
Did we talk about that last time? I don't think we did.
No, we didn't. And honestly, like I agree. Like you and I can maybe not see each other face to face for a while, but like we'll send each other polos. They're just basically video messages.
Yeah, instead of sending a written text message, it's a video message that you can view whenever you have the time and respond to whenever you have the time, like a text message, but it's a video. So we're looking at each other's face.
Yeah.
We're seeing each other's expression.
Yeah.
There's even been times where we have cried to each other, like where we needed space holding, but maybe the other one was busy or whatever. Instead of calling somebody, it's like, here, whenever you have the space and the energy to witness me or be there for me or whatever, you can, and then it's so beautiful.
It's a wonderful way. I think that has really, like, I never thought about that as being an aspect of how our friendship grew and closeness between us, because we keep in touch that way a lot.
Oh, yes. I think a big amount words are a good amount of my closest friendships, I would say I keep in touch via Polo.
Okay.
Because of I mean, not all of that. I do have some, but yes.
Yeah.
And I think it's the face-to-face thing for sure. And I want to talk about Marco Polo as like, it's one of the best apps because like for me and my sister, for example, we've always been close, but one of the biggest things that like hinders our conversation in the past, I mean, we've gotten much better, was that we would just interrupt each other and weren't hearing what each other was saying. We were responding or we were, we just weren't listening to each other. Where Marco Polo, we had to listen before we could respond. So that really helped a lot. It helped heal a lot of our relationship, our friendship.
I get that.
So that's another thing. Also, being vulnerable, because when you're recording, you're looking at yourself. Like I'm staring at myself, not looking at Amanda while I'm talking to her.
Right.
So that takes a little bit too to like, I have to look at myself. But it helps. It really helps in a lot of ways that you wouldn't even think of.
Yeah.
Just having to like look at yourself while you speak. And then there are times where I will like listen back to what I said, like, because I've just word vomited and I'm like, okay, let me listen back. So it's almost like reading your diary. Reading your journal.
You can refer back to what you were talking about. And absolutely. Yes.
Like a text message, but in a deeper way.
Yes.
In such a deeper way. And actually, I found that through a friend who introduced that to me during COVID.
That makes sense. That would have been
saved my life during COVID. Truly. Like I would have had, I mean, we all had a hard time during COVID, but I think my time would have been a lot worse.
Right.
If
it feels like contact. Like you're making a lot of contact.
It feels like we're sitting here hanging out.
Yes.
Like, and we can live. You can polo with each other live, but it's not like video chatting.
Right.
It's not the same because you have to wait until you listen to their polo to respond.
Right.
Yeah. So
it's different. Yeah. You can't interrupt that person
Yes.
as much. And you like are just kind of holding the space for them. But it does feel like what you were talking on, like you have to repeat contact. Like you have
Yes.
to continue nurturing
So
that
there-
friendship. And
yeah,
like
there are
even
ways
if you
to
can't
do
hang
it.
out,
Mhm.
there's ways. Like that is definitely a way that
Yeah.
friendship, our friendship
Amanda
is
has
nurtured.
4 children.
Yeah.
4
Very
children.
busy.
Young children
Busy.
too.
Yeah.
I have a kid, but he's a little bit older. You know, she is, and I have a bit, you know, not that I'm not busy, but girl is busy.
Yeah.
Like we can't hang out as much as we would like
Or
to.
it's like the
or
odds
even
and
speak on the
ends
phone as
time.
much. Yeah.
Like I can polo you at 6 a.m.
Yeah.
And you'll get
Or
it
12 at
whenever,
night.
Or 12
Yeah.
at night, and you'll get it. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. So it's kind of like you get that intimate contact when you can. And
Right.
in my case, it's, you know, weird odd times.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, it's just so lovely.
Yeah.
So we will in the description of this.
Yeah, include that.
We are going to
yeah.
include a list of where to meet people, meet new friends or people, meet new friends, meet people. We will add, you know, links to the Marco Polo, or at least, you know, mention it. We'll add more in the description so that way it's a little bit more organized and easier for you to just
Like
quickly view to refer back to.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I wanted to talk a little bit about also, since we're talking about the whole repeat contact, taking time to nurture the relationships, our emotional energy can sometimes be limited, right? Like, and that's where I was talking about Marco Polo, when you have the time to like hold space for that person or the time to give that person, you can send the message. It's like a text, or text the person or whatever, call the person. Like that can be hard to nurture a friendship if you don't have a lot of emotional energy.
Right.
So really nurturing your emotional energy, taking time to self-care so that you can fill your emotional cup, your emotional energetic cup. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Filling your own cup.
Yes.
Like,
filling your own cup so that you have the capacity to nurture a friendship, to have a friendship, to even have one. Because a lot of these things were like, here, you can meet people here, you can meet people here. But just because you're meeting somebody and you like them doesn't mean that you're going to be friends with them if you don't take the time to be authentic, be vulnerable, to have repeat contact, to keep in touch, all of those things. That's what creates the actual friendship.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, I think that goes back to like the relationship. Like, as much as a friendship is very much like another type of intimate relationship. Like it's very similar to that way. It requires the nurturing too. And the,
think of it as a relationship. Because I feel like the word friendship, you know, we have acquaintances, we have, you know, people that we, you know, we have in our lives that we see as like, oh, they're my friend. But then we have the people that are like our friends, our tribe, our people. And there's differences there, which I think that you.
Yeah. Can I bring that in?
Yes, please.
Yeah,
yes.
I actually have another question to pose on this. And it's, at what point do you keep friends based on history? And does that make them family? Does that make them, like you said, like sometimes that means this is my tribe. Like these are my ride or die. Like this is my family. Like this is like who I consider family. And then sometimes I would say it's almost different where you're like, well, at this point we're more like family. But that also could mean that we have differences. We've drifted apart. Maybe today I wouldn't pick this person as my friend, but the history behind us is so deep that I would never.
We will always be friends. Yes, we will always be friends. Yes. I think what kind of like differentiates that, I don't know, at least to me, is that that time spent with them, that repeat contact. Like if I'm taking the effort to reach out to you, to talk to you, to spend time with you, to polo with you, to text message you, to call you, to like all those things, then that is the difference between just checking in on you every so often. Like,
right.
You know, I still love you and care about you, but maybe our energies are a little bit different.
Yeah.
Like maybe it's almost like,
I call it like a drift. Like, or
Yeah.
like if you had met today, would you
right.
seek out to become friends with that person?
And if you wouldn't, that's okay. That doesn't mean they're not your friends.
Right. You just nurture it in a different way.
Yeah, you nurture it in a different way. You kind of put it in a different pile. And that pile isn't bad. It's just different. And I think that's where we talked a little bit about last time about how it feels to meet and be around like-minded friends and like-minded people, and really having that like-minded
well, and
connection.
how that happens when you sink into your authenticity.
Authenticity.
Authenticity. And so, like, yeah, you could have other friends lingering from your past life, where you don't necessarily need to cut the cord on them, but maybe that's just not the cup filling relationship.
Yeah, it's not like you're putting up a boundary, you're cutting it. Yeah, you're cutting a cord, you're cutting the friendship, which that happens too.
Yeah.
But they're just, and you might even pick up back and start things up again too. It's just the people that are in your wavelength, in your energy right now, in that like-minded frame, that like really honor your peace, that keep like you feel at peace with them. You feel like they are like-minded, like you're on the same wavelength. Like I swear, like one of the things with Amanda and I, where I was like, yes, and where we got really close, I'm like, she knew what I was saying when I was stumbling through my words. Like
I understood what you meant.
You understood what I meant. You were like finishing my sentences, totally understood what I meant.
Yeah.
And I didn't have to get like frustrated trying to like explain it, because sometimes my mind is like a blur of a million different things. And there were times where I would get a little bit frustrated with myself, where she just like knew. And I'm like, it just felt like a breath of fresh air, or like a sigh of relief.
Like,
yes. She fucking gets me.
Yeah.
And it feels so good to be around that. Like, I don't like, I don't have to worry about even saying the right thing. Like,
you don't have to think about what you're going to say or any of that.
Or even
or how
it
you're
coming out right, or any of that.
I don't even have to
like,
think about it.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. It's like, she gets me. She sees me. She sees me, she gets me, right? Like that's what I think that like-minded friendship is like.
Mm-hmm.
It's just another level. It's a leveling up in friendship, right?
Yeah.
Like, and that's that
only
deep friendship.
happens when you're both sitting in your authenticity.
Yes.
So that you can see it in the other person. Because otherwise I wouldn't have seen it.
Or you could be triggered by that person.
Right.
If they're in their authenticity and you're not, you could be like, oh, something about them annoys me. I don't know what it is. Or you make up things. And that's you being triggered because you're not standing in your authenticity.
Wow. May we trigger everyone then? No, I'm kidding. I'm just like, no, but I get that. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
That's just one of the ways you can be triggered.
No, I get that. Yeah.
Right. So it's that you don't need anybody around that disturbs your peace. And again, those people, you don't need to throw them away or cut cords with them necessarily. Some people you do, but like some of them you just got to put in a different pile. And that pile is you still love them. You still care about them.
Yeah.
And even as you're meeting new people, you might see people like, okay, I like them. We're cool. We had a nice day together. We had a couple times, but maybe we're not like-minded in that deepness, and that's okay too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I think sometimes you have to manage your expectations.
Yes, and manage your rates.
If you expect
and know what your expectations even are, like, or your intention, not expectation. It's like having intention and not expectation. I think that's what it's about. Like,
in a friendship, like your intention.
In anything. Right. But yes, in a friendship and making friends too. Like, what is my intention in going to this event? Is it to make a deep friendship, or is it to just hang out with people to keep me company so I don't feel lonely or whatever? You know what I mean? To go into things with intention. And then once you have that intention, you go into it, you'll notice things aligning for you.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. I think that intention is everything in so many ways.
Right. Yeah.
I also wanted to touch upon introverted people versus extroverted people, and the fact that they can intermingle. And
Yeah.
and also, like, some
I think
people
they kind of
can
need each other sometimes.
Yes,
Yeah.
they need each other. And also, some people are both.
Yeah.
Like, I am an introverted extrovert. So I can be very introverted. I actually need to be introverted to keep my
That's
peace
so
and to help
funny.
my energy.
Yeah.
But I need people. I am extroverted. I need to be around people. I love people. I'm, like, so it's like I am both.
Right.
Some
I'm
people
the opposite.
are you the opposite? Okay.
So I'm an extroverted introvert.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, I could see that. Okay.
I know.
See, this is probably why we blend so well too, because we are the complete opposite there.
Yeah, I enjoy people, and like I don't get energized. I get energized by my quiet alone time. Like that is what brings me my most centered self. But I really enjoy people, and I do enjoy I don't know, like, how do you describe that? It's just not where I get my energy. People don't give me energy. They kind of drain it from me.
Right.
And so I have to watch how much I'm around
too
many people too. Like, I definitely prefer like one-on-one or maybe a few, but like once it gets too much, I'm like, oh man.
And as you get older and as you just evolve or as you just change, that ebbs and flows too. Because I notice when I was younger, I was way more extroverted and people gave me energy. Whereas I'm older, I'm getting more introverted. But and I see myself ebbing and flowing between the two so much more. And that helps me honor. Like, am I ready to be around this huge group of people? And sometimes it's no. Right. I don't want this. But then there are other times where I'm like, yeah, this sounds great. And the level to which. Yeah. Like, I go to different festivals and things, but there's other ones that I could never go to where it's like sardines in a can and you're like, I can't do that. I cannot do that. That would give me horrible panic and anxiety. But like, then there are other ones that like are a little bit smaller scale than that. I don't know. It's the levels.
Or even like what the event. So like in my experience as like a teacher, it's very different when you're the one in charge of the room too. That experience feels very different and a little bit like less stress to me. Some people would think it was more stress if you're in charge, but for some reason, and I guess like it's like everyone's kind of turning to me.
It's different. I don't know if it's less or more. It's different.
It's different.
Yeah.
Well, for me, I think being like more introverted.
Oh, okay.
When I control the room or when I control the space, it feels better to me.
It's a control thing. Yeah.
It's probably a control thing more.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Yeah. No, I get it because in facilitating and teaching, like I feel different sometimes, sometimes having that control helps. Sometimes it like gives me anxiety, it ebbs and flows a lot. I'm a very flowy person, so I'm up and down, which I wanted to, as we're talking about introverts and extroverts in this topic, I wanted to share a story. So I was visiting my friend in Portland, and we were at this really gorgeous place, and it was like a boathouse, and there was like a top floor where you could hang out, and then there like you would walk far, and there was like water and blah 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 blah. Lots of people, okay? And I really was just meeting a lot of these people for the first time, and as I said in the last one, like I make friends really easily. I like me, but like I was at a place in my life where a lot was going on, and my energy was lower. And my friend, she was like, hey, we're going to get rafts and we're going to go into the water, like a bunch of us, da 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 da. And I don't know why that gave me kind of anxiety. Like I kind of just wanted to like go read my book. And then she was like, but there's a couple people upstairs and they're the introverts and they're like hanging out upstairs, And I was like, I think I'm going to go. And this was before I ever thought of myself as introverted. Okay.
Yeah.
I would have never thought of myself, not even like the whole idea of introversion kind of was like, oh, that's just not me. But I was younger, and I was learning. So I decided to go read my book. And I was in a room with like 5, maybe 6 other people. Was it that many? Yeah. 5, maybe 5 other people. And they were just like reading their books, journaling, doing things. It was a gorgeous day with the windows like it was like really cozy up there, and the one person was doing a puzzle. And then all of a sudden, like, I went over and I started doing the puzzle, and like all the introverted people kind of came together and were like doing this puzzle together and had so much fun, like a quiet, like chill fun.
Yeah.
And I was like, it was like one of the best days ever.
Yeah.
And that was, I think, the first time, or one of the first times as an adult, I was able to have a more chill hangout with people. And I realized, like, oh my God, I love this. Like with a group, because I guess I had only really been like drinking buddies or doing things or going out. Like it was always this big thing whenever we would hang out with people, or reading alone.
Time alone. Like,
or if I was with one other person, it was different. But in a group, it was like, and this was before I taught workshops and did all that kind of stuff. Like this is way before all that, like in my early 20s. So it was such a learning experience for me. I was like, this is great. I get introverted people now. Like, I get you. I understand this. Like, this is cool. And it just, so the point of that is also just trying out maybe something that you wouldn't expect.
Don't think it's you.
But you honored, maybe you're not feeling up to doing this. So maybe try something a little higher, you know, like, check your energy, see where you're at, and day to day, moment to moment, that changes. So honor that and do things that honor that. Am I making sense? Okay.
Yes, absolutely. Listen, I loved, and I get it, and people always say that, like at some point the music just got too loud. Do you know what I mean? And I don't exactly know.
I totally know what you mean.
But I used to be completely fine in certain environments where now I prefer not. And I used to find things that I like now to be incredibly boring.
Yeah.
Where now I can sit in the stillness of it and really enjoy it. So it's like it's very different. I think we're meant to change.
I always tell the kids too, like, just because you don't like Brussels sprouts now doesn't mean you're not going to like them later.
Exactly.
I hate it. I threw up one of the first times I ate a Brussels sprout. Like, just like, thought they smelled horrible. I love them.
They're so good now.
I love them now.
Yeah.
Would have never thought.
Same like quiet time and puzzles. And you know what? The meetup group, there's a meetup group that I'm friends with, and I'm trying to remember the name, because I think it's literally like just like neurodivergence of Pittsburgh, and they just meet up in quiet places and do crafts quietly. Like it's literally like quiet activities that we get up, and it sounds like kind of like it's like where the introverts just go to hang out, where we don't really need to small talk all through it. You know what I mean? Like there's low what's the word for that? Where not expectation. I don't know what the word is. Like where you feel like you have to speak.
Yeah, like low social obligation.
Social obligation. Yeah.
But on the other hand, there's examples of places you can go where like there's different festivals, for example, where you have like your home base where you set up camp. And that's where you can go anytime you want to introvert. But if you're feeling like you have a little more energy and want to explore and feeling maybe a little extroverted, or even just like, you know, you want to explore and do things and go, there is plenty of things for you to go explore. And then whenever your energy level bumps back down, you just go back to home base. There are plenty of places like that too, for those introverted people who want to explore a little bit more adventure or something like that in spurts. Right.
Yep.
There's so many things you can do like that as well. So just dipping your toes into different things is always good. There's so many things out there. And the more people you meet, the more of those types of situations and hangouts and things. I mean, I feel like I know of so many different things now to try and do. And I'm constantly learning more things that are just in our backyard. And some things you travel for, but that are just around our city.
Right.
So, events, and I know all cities and places have these things too. So libraries are, I don't know if we talked about it last time, but libraries are such a great place to find out what's going on. And they themselves your local library has a lot going on. Right. It's a great place to do things.
Libraries and community centers too.
Yep.
Our community center.
And parks and rec.
Yes.
Places like, at parks. Yeah.
They'll have or like little classes that are usually like really reasonably priced when it's at the library.
Right. Like or through the parks and rec. Right.
And you can definitely find like-minded people when you're
for
doing
sure.
Things like that.
Yeah. And all sorts of different types of experiences.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I actually wrote down the importance of quality time and how like we're not just, gossiping or bar hopping anymore. And my friendships are more about like building up mind, body, soul. Like how can we really like
as adults we stop wanting to go to the bar and bar hop and do those things as much as we used to. Not that we're never going to or we're never up for that, but
no, but I
still go karaoke sometimes.
Yeah. I just think sometimes with my friends, like I'm more interested in like how they're pushing their goals forward. Do you know what I mean? Like a real tangible thing or like, and I think
working on yourself, like personal development, like deeper conversations like you were talking about before with the superficial conversations or the small talk, it's just like
I have a hard time with small talk. I kind of sometimes I
think that's more exhausting.
It's exhausting. Well, I think sometimes I don't small talk very well and I cross the line and get like awkwardly intimate with people too soon.
Oh,
and then I'm kind of like
totally do.
Oh, you remember you were talking about like overshare exhaustion or something? And sometimes I relive things in my head and I'm like, I think we should have just talked about the weather. Like I don't think I needed to like really be like, so what do you think about some crazy topic, whatever. Like
I've just been really the past year especially just been like, whatever, I'm just going to say it. And sometimes I start off with like, this, I might sound like such a weirdo, but I'm just going to share this.
That's part of that
like, I'm just going to share this.
Where you are at least vetting out the people that are going to get to know you.
Just so you know, this is going to come out weird. But you're going to take it or leave it. Whatever.
Yes.
Like, but you know what? I recently went camping. I went to a music festival with my boyfriend, and we only knew his friend. So we went in a group of 7 of us. There were 7 of us, but me and him only knew one. We didn't know the other 4 people, and they were couples. And at first, I had such anxiety about it. I think I was telling you, I was like, I don't want to make new friends. I don't want to. I was just like, because my energy was so low, and I was just like, I don't know how this is going to be.
I
like
I said that in the last one. Like I was nervous to meet the plant group that I signed up for.
Yes, you did say that. Yes.
And I'm like, why I signed up for this? Like these are like-minded people. Like you're going to an event with like-minded people, but for some reason you're just, I don't know, is that like stranger danger?
Stranger danger. Sometimes I think when our energy is low, because normally I'm like, not normally, sometimes I'm like, I want to meet new people. Like this will be great.
Right.
My energy was just so low and I was going through a lot and I was just like, so I made sure I brought my like cross stitching. I brought a book. I brought things to like keep myself occupied in case my energy was low.
Right.
And in case I needed to come back home to nurture my introvert. Right.
Yeah.
And I go there and these were some of the most incredible people I've ever met. These 2 couples, like the men and the women, like such healthy masculine. Like I was just taken back by how awesome these guys were. I just really, it has been such a long time since I've met just such amazing men. And I really needed that. And the women were just incredible. They like, it was just like couples. I was like, oh, couple friends. Like, and and they were great. We had a blast and we actually got deep. Like, so I think that's what helped too.
How many days were you there?
The authenticity, the vulnerability, all of it. It was 3 days.
3 days. Yeah. So that's like a nice little intense container.
It was, right. And we were all camping together too. So like, and then we go off to the festival and then come back and kind of hang out. And it was great. It was wonderful. But I did have tons of resistance and anxiety. Tons.
Mm-hmm.
And it happens. But I'm really glad that I actually talked to some friends about my resistance and anxiety, and they, like, I think 3 of my friends I talked to about this, and they were like giving me pep talks and like helping me through it. And I was like, yeah, I got this. I'm going to have a fun time. I'm going to, prepare by bringing some crafty things that I like to do. So no matter what, it's going to be fine. Right. I'm going to have a good time.
Well, and I think that goes back to your point about like nurturing yourself. Like you can't nurture your friendships if you're not nurturing yourself.
Yes.
So you made sure
good point
to nurture yourself so that you could have fun.
Right.
You know, because like maybe had you not brought those things and you were like forced to like.
My anxiety would have been higher because I didn't have those things too.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So I think you did. You like nurtured yourself so that you could nurture what was going to happen.
For sure. Yeah. For sure. And
that's job, Michelle.
Thanks. Definitely helped. Right. So talking about resistance. So resistance is your mind and sometimes also your trauma trying to protect you or your energy. So having resistance to things that are good for us happens a lot. Mm-hmm. So sometimes when you're having those resistance, a good thing to do is to ask yourself, is this good for me? Mm-hmm. Like I did this for this mountain music festival. I was like, is this good for me? Yeah, I need to fucking get away. Like,
right.
I need a little trip. Like this, this would be good for me. And then to ask yourself, what is the resistance trying to protect me from? Because as I stated before, the resistance is your mind and your trauma trying to protect you or your energy. So I realized in asking myself, what is this resistance trying to protect me from? From overexerting myself, from using too much energy. I was having anxiety about, not having the energy to make friends, to not having to being in pain and not being able to enjoy the festival because I've been having painful flare-ups. Like I sat with it. Okay, what is going on with this? And then I did things to prepare to help protect myself, and the resistance started easing, and then I ended up having an amazing time. Right. So is this good for me? And what is this resistance trying to protect me from?
Right.
2 things that can really help you combat some of that resistance to
the resistance.
Social things.
Yeah, absolutely. Sometimes I ask myself too, like, is this resistance mine? Or did I just accidentally inherit this, from other people's thinking? Do you know what I mean?
Or another person that's coming with you.
Ooh,
yeah. Like, is this person and their resistance or their anxiety or their stuff, is it affecting me? Is it sticking to me? Yes. Yeah. Is it entering? Yeah, exactly.
Yes, that's true too. Yeah. 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 And I love that. I just think that's great to always speak to your body and to always just check in with yourself. Yeah. Because you're the only one that's going to be able to answer your own body's questions, right? So like no one's going to know why you're resisting something. Yeah. But you will. You just have to listen to yourself. So I love that too. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that. I love it because we were talking a little bit more about resistance too. So I'm glad we were able to bring that kind of back and full circle that.
I resisted retreats and now I'm like,
oh yeah,
bring me to everyone. Like now I'm like, let's host more, but like at the beginning, it's kind of like how you were describing going on this, like you don't know anybody. Like I really didn't know. Did I know anyone on the first retreat other than you? One person. I'd met one of the people on the retreat one time.
But nobody on that retreat had ever been to a retreat before. That was everybody's first retreat.
So none of those people really knew each other either.
Yeah, if they did know each other, they knew them like a little bit.
So like that's also really interesting. Like there's for me, there was resistance, like it was like, oh my gosh, like, all right, let's go roommate with some people I've never met.
It's not just you. It's a lot of people, and a lot of people for moon circles, like we talked about moon circles last time, and they're wonderful. It's a great place to meet people. It's a good support system. Their women's group is the moon circle is the women's group. a lot of people will contact me and be like, I'm coming. And then day of, sometimes hour before, I get a message of like, I'm not coming anymore, or no message and there's just no show, which is, it happens. It's the resistance.
That's the hour of the horse. That's the hour of the horse.
Like
where everything
the story from the last podcast.
Like, yeah, everything in you is like, no. And that's that little part that you have to like bump over, because even with the retreats, like once I did it, I was like,
it's that resistance to vulnerability and authenticity. It's really what it is, especially vulnerability. A lot of people have that resistance to being seen, or I would have people, and I've even experienced this, where I'm feeling like depressed or really low. And I'm like, I just can't be around people right now. And then forgetting that, oh, the moon circle is a support group. Like this is actually where I need to be right now. And I actually experienced that for this month. Like I was just feeling really low, having a really hard time. And I was like, maybe I'll just cancel it. And then I was like, wait a second. Remember, like, this is the support group. This is why you do it. So, yeah, and it was wonderful, and it helped so much.
Yeah, it was beautiful.
I feel great today. We just did that on Saturday. It is a Monday, and I feel great.
You know what's funny, too? And I was running late, and I messaged you, and I was like, I'm coming. I'm running late. I'm still coming. There was a time where my anxiety would have been through the roof over that. And like walking into somewhere late, I don't know, did like a professor in college like read me out for this at some point?
Right. I'm sure.
Like
I'm sure
in my
something happened.
System is like, don't be late. And so I would oftentimes, if I was going to be late, I would just not come to things. And, you know, I was like just talking to myself at home, like just getting ready to come. And I'm like, it's okay that you're late. It's a moon circle. It's not a job interview.
Right.
This is the place where people come. This is your safe space. Like, and I know people throw that word around, like safe space. Like, what does that really mean? But I think in a lot of ways, to me, it means like where you can sort of like show up as not your best self and still be okay there.
Yes.
And so like, it doesn't matter if I'm late or I'm frazzled and I'm walking up the door and I'm like, oh gosh, you know, guys, like I would never feel like I couldn't show up.
Because you've seen other people do that.
Yeah.
And did you feel any sort of way towards them or anything? Like if see, I think when somebody shows up late, we're like, oh, so glad you could make it.
Right.
You show up when you're meant to show up.
Right. And it doesn't mean that I don't respect your time, because I do have that in mind. Like, I think there's like, it's obviously important to me because I hate being late, but it's like,
well, there's a rhythm to how it goes.
Yeah. I was like, it's okay. Like, Michelle's not going to be mad.
Yeah,
you know,
never.
Like, it's
never.
fine. And there's certain things about where I do think having these spaces where you can sort of like be vulnerable, say the weird
I try
thing.
to tell people, especially the new people, like if you come late, like that's okay.
Yeah.
That's okay. And if you want to leave early, that's okay too. Like that's what a safe space is too.
Right.
Is to be able to show up as you are
and not stress about it. Like, yeah.
Some people are punctual and they like to, if you're not early, then you're late.
Yeah.
You know, and if you're on time, then you're late or whatever. And then the people
like professors
that
somewhere along the line there that like would lock the door.
This is very common. Yes. Yeah. Right. That would lock the door. Right.
Lock the door if you weren't on time, and so you would be.
And like you said, there is a respecting people's time, but with certain things, it's okay. You know, like it's all right. It's like there have been different like workshops or different things that I've done or classes, and I'm like, oh crap, I'm late. But then especially when you pay for something, I'm like, I paid for this.
Yeah.
I'm going, even if I'm going to be late. Right. Like I'm going.
Yeah.
So, and it is awkward sometimes, but yeah. Looking for those places that are safe spaces to where that's okay can really help heal some of that.
Well, and I think that's part of it. It has definitely helped. It's like the exposure therapy. Like you have that in a space where it's okay, and then you can go out into the real world where it's a little bit rougher and you're okay because you've done it in the safe circles so many times. Like
that nervous system reset,
late, but like,
that that exposure therapy is like a nervous system reset.
Yes.
Totally
gets you through. Yeah,
totally. Since we've talked a good bit about it, I also wanted to share why I started hosting retreats.
Yeah,
because I've hosted 10 of them now. Some of them I've had a co-host, and some of them I've hosted by myself. And the reason why actually is because I had gone on a couple retreats myself, but I was hitting a really hard point in my life. And I really needed a retreat, and I was searching for one, but they were all so expensive.
Yeah.
Okay. You could not find a retreat for under $1,000. You just cannot. And I just did not have the money.
Yeah.
And so I was like, why doesn't this exist? And so I decided I'm going to create this. I'm going to make this happen. I already had hosted so many workshops at that point. I'm like, why can't I just put them all together
Right.
and make a retreat out of them? So I did. And it just became so incredible after that. And yes, it was a little scary at first, especially like when new people would come on retreat, people I didn't know very well, and that was, yeah, very much like, okay, so I'm hosting this thing and I don't know this, but I realized the more I did them, just like the workshops, the people who are drawn to them are the right people.
Right.
When you're ready, you will do it, when you're ready, like the thing that you want, you will go for. So you will push past that resistance.
The resistance. Yeah.
And you will do it. So they were the right people. And on retreat, the beautiful thing about retreats is that it is so deep and connecting, and it's not like a girls trip. It's different than a girls trip.
No.
It's a deep connect. We are doing actual workshops and work. We are doing soul work. We are doing personal development work. We are learning new things, fun things, also deep things.
Yeah.
It's like a combination of belly laughing and crying and learning and exploring and being in beautiful places all in one.
Yeah. Yeah, like when you say it's not just a girls trip, like when I think of a girls trip, it's kind of like when going back to what we said, where it was like the quality of time was more about just like whatever, like going and gossiping or going out to the beach or doing whatever. Whereas like I think on retreats, it has a lot more to do with like boosting each other's souls.
And it's all about authenticity and vulnerability.
Yeah.
It is all about that.
Yeah. 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 Absolutely. The workshops are designed to in the most gentle way possible, but like bring your vulnerability,
most supportive, nurturing, yes,
bring it to the surface so that you can then address it
the space
in a room
holding,
of space in a safe space too. So it's like, let's bring this to the surface together. Let's talk about it in a safe place with other safe people and
non-judgmental, like, and you don't always get that on a girls trip. Like you don't always get authenticity, vulnerability, safe containers. Like, like you said, you get gossip or, not that girls trips aren't great, but like, sometimes you're just drinking or whatever. It's just different. Like,
I've never taken a trip with my friends where we had, like a schedule of
it's also scheduled too.
Like, and I don't mean that in a bad like
it's a flowy schedule,
it's a flowy
right?
Schedule. Like one time, my aunt, we did do a family trip, and my aunt, who is pretty type A, did make a schedule. If I reflect back on this, but it was more like this is when certain things, and this is where we're going, da da da. But,
which can make people clash too. Like Susie wants to do this, Anna wants to do that.
No, but like I enjoy the structure of the retreat versus a girls' trip. Like it's also like at this time we're going to wake up and do a meditation, or we're going to do this together.
And it's also relaxing to not have to decide. To just let someone else kind of take care of you. Take care of the time. It also give you space.
To think about it.
You don't have to think about it. They give you time and space to be on your own, but also to facilitate things for you. I've had a lot of feedback about that. That container that it's a container. And that schedule being not rigid, but and it's an invitation. Like, you don't have to go to everything on the schedule. You don't have to, but
it's there for you.
It's there for you, and you're gonna make the most of your time and most connection if you do come to these things. You know,
when I think of any type of trip too, I think about, not that we don't take the time to choose locations and pick beautiful places, but if I'm taking a trip with somebody, it's usually to visit the place. Where if I'm taking a retreat,
good point.
It's like to visit with myself.
Yes.
Like it's about,
and the land and nature too.
Yeah. But it's not like I'm like sightseeing so much.
No,
or
right.
Like wondering about like the culture of the town or like any of these things. It's more about going and sinking inward more, and like
totally.
It's retreating with myself. If that makes sense. Like definitely. Yeah. So it's not as. But you do get that wonderful element of like girls staying up laughing and like
the deep connections that happen. Like you leave with new best friends. Yeah. Like deep connections. Like deep.
And the stories we all have.
Yes.
We all have such different stories, but also
different
our struggles
ages,
are very similar, or like there's so many things that we relate to, even though our stories were all so different. I've gotten some of the most incredible advice from other women.
Oh yeah.
And you know what else? I think women, this is maybe what I would call like for the repeaters, like the people that have come on multiple retreats, but like I feel like we've pushed each other to be even more authentic.
For sure.
Because like maybe I'll say something, but I won't hold myself to it. Do you know what I mean?
For sure.
There's people who
like the one woman who quit her job after an experience at the retreat, and now she's literally living best life ever.
Yes.
She's living her best life.
Yeah.
Like it's not like she quit her job and now no, she's actually continuing to live like her best life.
Yeah.
She made like,
and is so happy she did it.
She's so happy she did it.
And I really do think that came from a lot of like, I don't want to say push, but
no,
it's not push. It was just more like acknowledgement of her, like continuing to see her.
Yeah.
And you know, be there for her, be that mirror.
Now she comes on every single retreat.
Yeah. Yeah. And she's loving her job better. Like
not so much better.
Same job.
Yeah. And her life better, right?
Yeah.
And there's another woman who had mentioned that she said like she prefers the retreat over vacations. Like when she takes vacations with her family or friends or whatever, like she's like she enjoys the retreat so much more. Like she would rather spend her money going
on a retreat than spending it on a vacation.
And that was really that was really telling too. And I feel that like, cause I feel like I need these, like this is so important to me, and that's why we try to make them affordable, because it's just
for everyone to be able to do that.
Yeah, exactly. And even not only are they affordable, but they also provide payment plans. Like it's like there's no way if you want to do this that you can't.
Right.
Like we try to make it happen like as much as we can if you want to. And there's even scholarship spots too. So I
got my pump on that first retreat because I was still breastfeeding.
Oh my gosh, that's right.
And I was pumping.
Yes.
I know. But it was, and it's funny how you speak to like, I hate to be like,
and you could have used that as a reason not to come.
Oh yeah.
That resistance, that was a
reason.
You probably had a million reasons not to come. You just had a baby. Like there was so many different things.
It speaks to, I hate to call it desperation. There's a better word than that. But like when you hit like that really low points where you like, I know, I'm like, I hate to use that word.
Desperation can lead to some great growth.
Like
growth.
You have to, like you hit
the
that
hardest
bottom.
Times lead to the best times often. I mean, in my life, my hardest times have definitely led to the best times.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
I don't think I would have had the best times in my life without the hardest times.
Well, because sometimes you need that to actually change. And you know, because of the resistance thing. And so no matter what, like when you're actually hitting that desperation point, there's no resistance that would have stopped me.
And I also try to tell people too, how it doesn't matter how many times you did let resistance win or cave to resistance.
Oh yeah. No, you can just,
there are some people that never rise above that resistance to do the thing. They die without ever having completed like or winning over resistance, or like doing the thing that they actually wanted to do because of resistance. Like they just never did it. So the fact that you may have let resistance win like 10, 20, 30, 40 times, but this one time you didn't, that's amazing.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter if you're 70 or if you're 20 or whatever. It doesn't matter your age, too. That's another thing. It doesn't matter your age.
No.
Yeah.
It's never too late.
It's never too late
to branch out or try or ever.
Right.
No, never.
Never.
In fact, I love meeting older women. I think I touched on that a little bit in the last.
And we do talk a lot about women because this is primarily for women, but this is also for men to hear us out and to learn from us too and each other. And I wish that there were men's retreats like the way that we do women's retreats, or even in a form that would, a container that would fit well for them.
With my husband, and how the differences there would be like, it's like, I think the meat of it would change, but the outcome would be the same.
Yes. You know? Right. I totally agree.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. My friend, her husband is, I just would love for him to do it because I feel like he could really do a great job.
Yeah.
But he's going, maybe later on in life, the men will be ready and they will. I mean, I know that there are retreats held by men and for men, but I mean, this is just different. Like, this is a different type. So hopefully, and when we do find it, or if you know of one, let us know so we can let everyone else know. But, or if you find one or whatever, if you want to let us know, because we would love to send our men to places.
And even just, and we have sons. I think this comes up too for us too, because like we're seeing the younger generation of men.
And this is why in our intro, we say, this is for the sons, the mothers, the daughters. Yes.
Yeah. Because they also need that space, and it's important. Yeah. And I think the multi-generational, I love seeing like my sons with my dad, that level of relationship, it's so different and so cool.
The generational healing too that happens.
Yes.
Because the times have changed.
Absolutely.
Like really witnessing that is like, wow.
Yeah.
It's incredible. People can change. Times can change. And they have. And they will continue to. My golly.
We're here to make changes.
Yes.
We're here to make changes.
Let's make ripples.
Yeah.
Waves and hurricanes. Like, it starts with a ripple.
It does. I always say you may just be one drop, but together we make a river, and that shit can carve out mountains. So we can make changes for sure. Yeah. We are making changes.
We are.
We are. Hey, do you hear that?
Damn it, we are.
Better make them too.
Let's make them together.
Yeah. But yeah, I think healing a lot of spaces in the world comes from love and providing spaces for people to have those vulnerability and
definitely, and connection, deep connection, not just superficial connection. We need deeper. We crave it. It is actually a need.
It's a need.
It needs to be on the list of needs. I keep saying need, but it should be on the list of needs.
I know.
Well, I'm shoulding this one. And
even with everything, like I'm even with the world today, but like, I know I hate to sound like that, but just digital connection has it's skyrocketed to the point where I don't even know what's real anymore.
Oh God, I know. I'm sure a lot of you feel the same way, right?
So like in-person connection it's so important. It wasn't just a need. It is like now beyond a need.
It
like,
is.
It really
right.
is.
And if you see it in our children. You see it in our children not having that as much.
Having the in-person connection.
Right.
Yeah. I even think in our own generation, like it's really fallen off. And I'm sure, 2020 and even in like corporate life and Zoom meetings and just a complete lack of face-to-face connection really happened. And I think it continued a little bit more than like it was prior to that. And I think, especially now, in the digital world and with AI and not really knowing what's real anymore.
Right.
I think in person.
And who's real.
Right.
And if they're being, because it's so much easier to be inauthentic, to be whoever you want to be online.
Yeah.
In an inauthentic way.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's just,
you don't even know
that's
what
not
you're seeing
cool.
is
You're never
real
going to, and you're not going to have real relationships, friendships, contacts like that way. You're just not.
You can only be so authentic online.
Yeah.
I just think, especially right now.
The filters, everything.
Yeah. There's nothing like in-person connection. It's
unfiltered in-person connection.
Yeah, that's what we're doing. And that's what's going to change.
Right.
Making changes. Yeah.
And that's why in our last podcast, when we did mention, some of the groups that are online, it's a great place to connect and to make friends. But ultimately, we need to start gathering in person. We need to start connecting in person. We need to. We just do.
Yeah.
It feeds our soul in ways that is lacking. And I think that creates apathy. Apathy. That's the word.
Okay.
It creates apathy. It kills empathy. It creates apathy. Yeah. And it's why you see all this, how can these people be so inhumane, or how can we think so inhumanely? Well, we're lacking
humane connection. Yeah.
That's where empathy, compassion, gratitude, all those things come from. And without the heart, without that, we're not humane. We're not. What are we? So, yeah. Sometimes I do feel like AI has more of that than actual people.
Right.
Which is scary too.
No, but it got it from people.
But it did get it from, you're right.
It got it from people.
So right. Sorry, not to bring the AI thing in there.
No.
I'm not hating on AI, and I'm not loving on AI. I'm just, yeah.
I sometimes hate on AI.
Yeah.
It's okay.
It's okay. It's just a little bit of both. I try not to step into either. I can see both sides, right?
Yeah.
That's how I am. I feel
I'm
like I'm
teetering more
sides.
on unplugging everything in my house and moving to the country. Right?
Yeah. I would love, and you know what? There are more and more people who are talking about, just completely unplugging. I have dreams often about living in a cabin filled with books. Yeah. All the books I need to learn, all the things I need to do. And I'm just living in the cabin. Sometimes another person's there with me. Sometimes I'm by myself. And I'm living my best life out in the cabin in the woods.
It's interesting to talk a little bit more about like people talk about tribal living, or even if you want to say living, but colonial style, where everybody had to work towards their own life, the community life. We were all working towards our what is that, a goal, a combined goal. Do you know what I mean? All of us together. And I think that is part of
to all survive. That's the goal, is to survive when you're living like that.
Yeah.
And when survival is the goal.
It's important to nurture connection, nurture each person, and
but also when survival's the goal, and not I'm going to be the best, or I'm going to make the most money, or whatever. Right. It's how things change.
That's a podcast.
Again, if you have any ideas for podcasts for us that you would like to hear, let us know. If you have any comments or questions or anything about this podcast, please let us know.
From you.
Yes.
Shall we?
Thank you so much.
Thank you for coming. Until next time, stay grounded, stay curious, and protect your sanctuary.
Thank you.